quick brown fox jump over the lazy dog.
Do you have to say it fast?
Yeah. Nah.
Again. Hi everybody, welcome back to Sanctum Stitching. I'm Fawn.
And I'm Shawn.
And we are so excited to be back with you today. My chin looks very shiny. Look at that.
Look at that.
You can see a reflection in my chin. So
Blinded by the light.
Oh no. Anyway, it is Sunday the
20th.
The 20th?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know which week in February it is.
Right. Towards the end somewhere.
Oh gosh, January took forever. February's going fast.
Yeah.
The last time we saw you, it was right before Shawn's birthday. So we had a nice day. We went out for, you had ribs?
I had ribs.
You had ribs. I don't remember what I had. It was like
a chicken salad, I thought.
You give me too much credit. I definitely have potatoes, not a salad.
There's some potatoes in there.
There was some mac and cheese in there too, I think.
Yeah, Shorty's.
Oh yeah.
Last we went to Shorty's.
I don't know if that's a local thing or if that's a chain.
I think it's just local. But if you're in Toledo, there's a place called Shorty's, barbecue rib place, burgers and everything. That was actually pretty nice. Yeah.
So you had a good birthday.
Had a great birthday. Very calm, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was really nice.
30's birthdays.
Yeah. Turning another year older these days doesn't seem like it's much fun, but, you know.
Oh, birthdays are always a big deal for me, so.
Yeah. But it was a very nice birthday.
Yep.
And just eased into 32.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then it was Valentine's Day, so to celebrate that, we went to, well, if you're new here, Shawn and I are married.
Really?
Yep, can't tell.
Oh, okay.
I don't pick on you enough for them to automatically know we're married.
Okay. To get me in more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes.
So to celebrate Valentine's Day, we went down to Craft Gallery it was technically their Super Bowl sale, and since Super Bowl was right before Valentine's Day, that same weekend.
Right.
We went to Craft Gallery for Super Bowl Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because I don't care about Super Bowl.
No.
We don't care about it. So we were like, oh, this is something to do.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Because why?
Not the Super Bowl, right?
Not the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
No.
They had their big fabric sale. They had a whole bunch of patterns that were 50% off. And so if you follow us on Instagram at Sanctum Stitching, I'm sure you saw the reel that I posted with the fabric flying everywhere. That was really fun. And if you haven't, go check it out. I was like, oh man.
She was in her element.
Well, so we'll talk about it. We're going to show some of the fabrics we got, but not all of them. And really what I had mostly grabbed was Aida, so that Shawn, and I like stitching on Aida too, but Shawn definitely prefers Aida to linen. And the only things I had in my stash for Aida were like light brown or more fiddler's cloth or whatever. And so I wanted to make a point, if I want to encourage Shawn to keep stitching, I need to have Aida in colors that Shawn would want to stitch on.
Yeah, my eyesight isn't as it used to be, so I like the Aida.
Your eyesight was never there.
Wow, okay. But, yeah, you got a lot of Aida. A lot.
Yeah.
So now I want to kit stuff.
Oh gosh.
We want to kit stuff a lot. So.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And then also for Valentine's Day, we ended up going to the zoo, so the Toledo Zoo, and we took a terrarium class, which really was just planting succulents in a bowl and sticking some fake moss and some rocks on top, and they gave us some like heart-shaped tokens and little animal tokens, but part of that was they had an animal encounter, and so we got to see a chinchilla, and it was so soft. It's so cute. Its name was it Parkour?
Parkour.
Parkour was the name of the chinchilla, which is hilarious.
It is.
We got to see a type of boa constrictor, right?
It was a ball python.
Ball python?
Mature ball python.
Okay. And I was like, I don't know, it's a snake. Felt all right. And then the last one that we got to see, I can't remember what type of lizard it was, but it was big. It was
definitely
like,
some type of monitor.
Yeah, it was at least like that long.
Not
And
Godzilla, but it was.
well, it was like that wide too.
Yeah,
and
it
it had
was.
these giant cheeks. But the best part was it's so heavy and squirmy when they hold it. The guy put it on a little harness like we put on our cat and just walked this lizard around the room we were in. And he had to go where the lizard wanted to go, and so it was really funny.
All my life, I've never seen a lizard on a leash until that weekend.
And it was the best.
It was. It really actually was pretty cute. And big puffy cheeks like it was a squirrel and it got a bunch of stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was very fun. And the best part, because there was like nobody there because it's Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, so the best time to go to the zoo is Super Bowl Sunday. And especially if it's cold. It was very cold that day.
It was cold that day.
But there was hardly anyone around. They had the orchid show going at the same time, and so there were some people there, but only seemed to be in that building with the orchid show. And so everywhere else we went was mostly by ourselves, and
So nice.
the critters were all over the place because it was quiet, and
Yeah, they were very lively.
Shawn played through the glass with some tigers.
It was the cutest thing ever.
I'll try to remember to post the video at the end. If not, it's on our it's on Instagram as well, on Shawn's page, I think.
After my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it leaped up on the glass. I'm like, oh shit, don't eat me.
Right.
Thank goodness, glass.
Yeah. They could definitely smell you.
They definitely. It was cool.
Yeah, so I think that's it for updates, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we also went to Riverview Stitching, which is a brand new shop in Monroe, Michigan. So about 35 minutes from us.
About 35, 40 minutes.
And that's owned by Ori TM. She does a lot of the Quaker stuff, and Shawn got a pattern from there that we'll show you, and you'll see her style if you don't know it already. That's it for life updates. I did want to say thank you. I got a couple Stitcher related kindnesses this week or over this last month. The first was I got an actual Valentine's in the card. Yeah, I got a Valentine's in the card.
Yeah.
I got a Valentine's in the mail from my friend Amber, who every time I end up at a Stitch shop, I run into Amber. So when we went to the, oh shoot, I just lost the name of the shop. The shop by Ori, Riverside Stitching. When we went to that shop, there was Amber and her family, and I was like, you know what, every time. So she sent me this little Valentine's, and it's got like the velvet on the side. It's really cute. It says, "Hello there, Valentine."
That's cute.
Oh man, I was so excited to get that. You never get like the little Valentines in the mail. So I should make a point to send those to other people because they're cute.
Yes.
And then I got another thing that was left on our doorstep on actual Valentine's Day, and I harassed Shawn about it. I'm like, do you know who did this? Was this from you? Like, did you get this for me? And the person has to be local to Toledo. They said it was from a secret stitcher. So I got this really cute card.
Yeah.
I love that card. And so it says from a secret stitcher. It has to be local. There wasn't any postage on it. They literally snuck up to our door and put it there. And Shawn and I usually can hear people in the hallway. So they were like a little ninja.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they gave me this card, a mug.
That's cute.
And it had some teas in it.
Davidson teas.
And some Walker shortbread cookies. And then there was a caramel. It was caramel, right?
Yeah.
Chocolate covered caramel in it, and that didn't make it to the video. But so if you are watching and you are the secret local stitcher to me that gave me this Valentine's Day gift, truly, thank you so much. It meant the world to me. I have an idea of two people. It could have been one. I think is a little more likely than the other. But since it said secret stitcher, I didn't want to like accuse people of being the one to, give it to me. Was it you? Did you leave this at my door? So I'm just gonna accept the beauty and the kindness of whoever you are that came up to our door and left this for me. It truly made the day, and we talked about it all day long.
Yeah, we did.
Because I'm totally not convinced that Shawn, like, doesn't know. Now I'm convinced, but that day I was like, you have to know who brought this. Did you arrange this? But he was so interested in the card. I was like, oh, maybe you haven't seen that before.
Right. It is a cute card, though.
So, like I said, if that was you, thank you so much. It truly meant the world to me. And now I can use my cup and eat my shortbread. The last thing I want to mention before we get into stitching is Shawn and I played a game yesterday that we got at Christmas, and it's called Ecologies.
Oh, yeah.
And what you do is you build food webs, and so you start with like your biome and then your producers and then all of your different consumer types, and basically you have all of these really pretty cards, like for example a seal, and you have to there's the motions where you draw cards, you trade cards, whatever. But basically, you have to make an ecosystem where the seal is either above a marine snail, a herring, a squid, a crab, or a salmon, and then a polar bear can go over the seal. And just the art is gorgeous.
Here's the baboon.
Baboon.
Baboon. So yeah, you get to make ecosystems, basically.
Let's see. There's also more of the plants. It's like the poppy. We won't show you all of them, of course, but... And then here's an example of a coniferous forest biome. That would be the base of your food web. But I just wanted to mention this. They've got 3 different sets from Montrose Biology on Etsy. The game was super, super fun, really easy to pick up, and if you like art, these cards, each card is unique except for the biomes, so I highly, highly recommend it. It's only, I think it's like $25 for the card set, and you could play it over and over and over again for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, you really do appreciate the artwork, and...
I feel like you learn stuff, too.
Yeah.
Great for, like... I mean, I don't know anything about kids and what age they can do things, but maybe like a 10-year-old that's into like animal webs and learning would be able to pick up on this and really enjoy it.
It definitely is like a teacher's instrument, I think. Like if you wanted like a small classroom, like middle school kids, I guess. Right?
I don't know that it would fit in a whole classroom, but
it's fun if you wanted to like teach your kids about ecosystems and plant biomes and...
Yeah,
it's
so
fun.
I just wanted to mention that because we loved it. So Ecologies, definitely at least go look it up. So Montrose Biology on Etsy. And on that note, we should get to stitching because we said we weren't going to make this really long one, which we said last time.
Yeah, we're doing
and here
fine.
we are.
We're doing fine.
Let's see if we could get it under an hour. I think we should really
all right,
go for it.
All right, I'm gonna time you.
Well, we've already been 13 minutes in here, so.
All right, you go.
Hold
After
on.
you.
We got the Mountain Dew Energy Strawberry Melon Spark to try. It's not great.
No?
No. So, for the Garon Designer Focus, it's hands-on design month. So I've been trying to make a point to spend a little time working on hands-on design patterns. So one of the ones I worked on was the meow block. So cute. I'm working on the band right now, which is the side.
Yeah, that was the one that Gary was stitching on, right?
He's stitching on the wolf block.
Oh, the wolf block. That's
which
right.
you have.
Which I love. Like, I saw him stitch it the other week.
One.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, so you started that one way back when. They use mostly the same floss, the meow block and the wolf block, so we have them in the same bag.
Yeah.
Shawn's going to stitch the wolf, I'm going to stitch the meow, and this is where I got to. So...
Then get it?
Mostly, I've been working on this last portion of the cats. So I've got some little paw prints up top, a mouse. I think it's supposed to be a crown above the mouse. Working on the cat still. Got all of these fish bones to go across the bottom. So it's not like overly complicated stitching. It's just a lot of color changes and takes some focus. But I think once it's done, it'll be really, really
It's
cute.
going to be very cute once it's
Just
done.
gotta get working on it.
Yeah, I didn't realize how long it was until you actually showed me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good size, you know? I mean...
And then you have to stitch the top portion, which is little cat faces and mice. And I don't think the bottom gets stitched. I think it might just be an outline. So you can make the block. You have the 3 pieces of fabric. You have the top, the middle, and the bottom. And they all get stitched together. So I think the bottom, you just do the back stitch around, and then you can slip stitch.
That makes sense.
So I worked on that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, look at us go.
Yeah.
And then, why don't you go?
Where do I go?
Yeah, share a pattern.
All right. Well, this is the Lost in progress.
Shiny.
Still over your chin. I don't know how to say what to say after that. Yes, shiny chin. Anyways, so I've been working on the Lost pattern, and it's been slow to start because usually, like, we'll try to... I'm one of those people, like, let's put the show on, let's stitch, and...
You like to watch Lost while we're stitching
Lost. Yeah. And then I realized, oh, well, that's kind of anal. So I just... so I just was like, all right, fine. So I've got another person in the Lost saga. You see right there. Thank you. So you have Rose, and then I just finished Michael, which is right there. And there's several different characters in this pattern.
It's a big one.
It's a big one, so it's going to take a while. But at least I got another person
One
now.
at a time.
One at a time. And it's pretty easy. Like, there is some, like, color variations or switching that I have to do. But I like it because the pattern is, like, uniform with all the characters. So, like, they'll start at the top, and they'll end in the same row. So
yeah, somebody had to fix Rose.
Yeah, somebody had to fix
She was a little short.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, it's work in progress.
I like that one a lot.
I do too. I think it's going to stitch really well. And the fabric pattern choice is great.
So then we had 2 days of rain, and in my Black Needle Society planner, stitching journal, I chose The Gentle Rain by the Blue Flower to be my rainy day project. So it looks like that. And it says, how sweet the music of the rain. And so I only spent 1 day working on it, but I spent like all of that day working on it.
Yeah, it was an entire day.
So I feel like I made up for the 2 days of rain. And here is where I got. So the last time I had just the squirrel and the tree, just the brown of the tree. And I think I might have had a leaf or 2, but really not many. And I can never see around it. So I added all of the leaves, all of the flowers, the birds, some raindrops, started on another flower, added the raccoon. And it's so much prettier than the pattern shows. Like, the pattern is nice, but you don't see the pinks and the whites and the yellows in the flower when you're looking at that pattern. And then when you see it here, it's like, oh, that's gorgeous. So I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah, the flowers really show up well on it. I mean, like I said, like she said, the pattern on the picture is nice, but when you actually see the flower stitch, it's and it's a bigger pattern than I thought it was going to be, for sure.
It's a big one.
Yeah. But you've got a lot done on it this past week or two, so.
And this is on 28 count Meditation Cashel. Can't speak anymore. But I want it to rain because I just want to work on this piece. So I'm very happy that it's my rainy day stitch, but I'm also very mad it's my rainy day stitch.
Oh, we're getting to that kind of season. It's gonna
start raining. It'll be summer and I can't touch it again.
You never know that. We'll see.
So, your turn.
All right. So I'm excited about this one because it's been my main focal point for a while. And, all right. So I like animals. You know I like animals. And the pattern that I have.
It's in here.
Thank you. It is the Blue Flower Summer Squirrel edition. Because I've been like, I'm over winter. We had our snow. We had a snowstorm last week. It was pretty. Now I want spring. And I want warm weather. So every time I stitch this, I'm just like, warm weather.
It's like almost all you've worked on.
Yeah, like us by the river, enjoying like reading a book outside with the sunshine, just all the things, right? And guess what? I got head. Yeah, I said it.
Oh no.
All right, so this is what I have done on this. I finally have the squirrel's head on, and
He's got a sweater, he's got a tail.
it's a bit of a little bit of the paw coming in too, but the sweater, I don't know if you can show up well. It shows up, it's like a lavender
good.
purple. Yeah, so I'm getting the tail portion right now, and I'm gonna zoom up real close, see if you can see that. I mean, I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. But yeah, this is the one I've been working on for a long time now.
Yeah, it's just funny because it's become this running joke now in the comments of the video. They're like, Shawn has to give a head to that deer, that's Christmas deer, is Teresa Kogut, and oh no, another animal that doesn't have a head or a limb.
Right? I always have these phantom animals, critters.
They just have torsos.
With torsos.
You
no?
only stitch torsos.
Right.
Are you stitching right now? We're busy,
I
sir.
saw something that needed to be done. But yeah, this is the one I've been working on. It's been my main focal point, and it's coming along really well. I love it. I like how it turns out.
Yeah, I like it.
So.
I mean, there's a lot left to go, but I feel like he's such a big chunk of the pattern that the rest it'll be encouraging once you move over.
Yeah, and she taught me last night. So I have this thing. I only stitch with one hand. And
even though he has a stitching stand.
Now I have a stitching stand. Now I need to learn how to do two hands, and it's gonna take a little time.
I had to like coach him through. I'm like, what did I say? Poke, flip, pull.
Poke, flip, pull. So poke, flip, pull. This. Okay, I get it. Poke, flip, pull. And then I think I pulled when I should have flipped, and I flipped when I should have pulled. And
yeah, well, So for me, when I two-handed stitch, I leave my floss on the top of the stitch, and then I poke the needle down, I flip the needle with my other hand, and my floss is still on the top, and so when I poke through, I just pull up. So that way the floss isn't getting tangled underneath my stitch where I can't see what's happening. It's all on the top. And so hopefully that makes sense to you. I was trying to teach him that, and there'd be times where he would just pull it all the way down and he'd be like, flip. I'm like, well, now you're going to get tangled, so be careful.
Yeah.
So it just takes some practice to know how far to pull the floss through.
Yep. So next time it's done, I'm hoping to get more on the bottom.
So then I spent a little bit of time on the Crosswing collection, Extinct is Forever. And I am working on the plovers.
That's a really nice one.
And I spent, what, a day on this? Another day?
Like
it wasn't too much.
You spent a day on
We watched a lot of, like, really... We started with, like, a serial killer documentary, and then we watched something about space. And then I think we watched some Rick and Morty, and then we watched, like, an animal movie. We were all over the place.
Yeah, we had a lot of genres that day. That was...
And so I got the first plover done. So there's this guy, and then there's a little chick and some eggs. But the main plover is done, which is the bulk of the pattern.
Yeah, so you can see down here.
And I think he's so cute.
Yeah.
And I really like the fabric choice.
Yeah, I like it too.
So this is a piece of color and cotton fabric of the month. So 32 count.
It's a nice pattern. Nice fabric choice too.
So then I'll do a couple since I have more. I worked on more than you.
Absolutely.
I also got a new start and finish on Valentine's Day. And so this is Keep Love by Shepherd's Bush. It was a kit. And there we are. Let me fold it up so you can see it a little better. It's a very small. If I had realized how small it was, I would have used the fabric they gave me better.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be so small.
Me either. I love the little sheep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It took me like a movie
Yeah, you got it done.
We watched
like,
this weird horror realtor movie, but it was British, so it wasn't really horror. It was like dry humor horror.
Yeah, it's like they rented out. They bought a haunted house, and they were trying to flip it, and they couldn't let people know that it was haunted, but they were getting like they were being haunted themselves, and it was an odd British movie, some dry
we've
humor.
been picking some weird
It was
ones.
like a 2-hour movie, and she did that in like the span of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like a little 3x3 or something like that.
I
don't know.
if
It's small, but yeah, she got it done.
Fingertip to knuckle. But I like it a lot, and so I'm kind of on this shepherd's bush kick now. So we'll see where that takes me.
Yeah, you never know.
And then I also got another finish. So
Always
for the
finishes.
I worked really hard on this one.
Yes,
this
you
is
did.
the pattern I spent almost the entire month on. Definitely a full 2 weeks.
Definitely, I would say 3 to 4, honey.
Well, it hasn't been 4 weeks since we filmed. I think I spent a good 2 weeks on it.
Okay, good 2 weeks then.
And so for the Garand Designer Focus, hands-on design, I worked on hands-on design a waffle lot, which I had gotten in my Black Needle Society February box last year. And it's all done. So it says, love you a waffle lot. It has the banding on the side, just like the Meow Block will have, only the Meow Block is 3 times as thick. And the bottom. So it has some back stitching, some regular cross stitch. Ooh. And I stuffed it with walnut shells and polyfill. Your shoulder is the only thing in the camera.
I think I like the elegantness of the back.
Yeah, the back was actually really, really fun. I didn't think I would like it because it was all those straight lines, but it was very satisfying filling in each block.
Oh, I bet.
And then the back stitching blue borders went really, really quick. So in the back now, because we were watching Trafficked on Hulu, which is all about like different crime things or whatever, I stitched the back mostly while we were watching the one about biker gangs.
Oh yeah.
So right. Now for some reason the blue border on the background reminds me of biker gangs. Isn't that a weird thing?
It is weird. Hey.
But I love it. It's really, really cute. It'll probably stay out, not just come out on Valentine's Day. What do you think?
I think that's a nice piece you can have around the house year round. It's cute.
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
And it's the waffle. I didn't put too many walnut shells in it, so it's not overly heavy, but it's not gonna go anywhere.
No. Go ahead.
I have 2 left. You have 1. So you want me to go?
Go for it.
So then last night we each had a new start, which is what Shawn's last one is. And we decided to do our last New Year's Eve 12 by 12 start that we never got to. We were going to do it last weekend, you know, a month and a half late. And then our furnace went out.
Yeah.
Always on Sundays.
Always on a Sunday.
Always when we're going to start something. First it was the dryer, then it was the disposal, then it was the furnace. But we're good. We're good now. We started it last night. So hands-on design, Scary Apothecary. This one is coffin paint. I did not the snail one. Was it the snail? I did another one of these already.
Remember.
There's like 7 or 8.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm just slowly working my way through the series. And so I got the N in paint and just working on it. So this reminds me of the octopus volcano. Is that what we watched?
Yep.
We thought we were watching a volcano movie, but really it turned into an octopus movie where they were in Italy documenting how this whole group of octopi can live where, do you remember what the name of the volcano was? Stromboli or something? Stromboli can erupts. I guess it's really, really active. And for some reason, the octopi know when the volcano is going to erupt and they leave the area so that they don't get impaled by the underwater boulders that just get chucked through the air.
So
So
really fascinating.
it was fun. But that's now coffin paint reminds me of octopus volcanoes.
I really like the designs that Hands-On really have.
Yeah,
like,
she's great.
It's really cool. It's really good. But yeah. But look at that.
that.
She got all that done.
And I don't have the bag next to me, so I can't tell you what I stitched it on. But I have mentioned it before, and you'll see these a lot again, so I'll mention it again.
Yeah.
So I have one more, so why don't you go?
All right. So my new start for yesterday is this by Bent Creek. It's Puppy Dog Row. So it's a long one.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's got the alphabet, but it's also got some dogs mixed in there. I think let's see. I know, they're all really cool. So yeah, the alphabet right there. So I only got a couple of letters done, but I got started. So that's the most important point for me, is just starting.
And nothing broke.
And nothing broke. So I just got a couple of letters, but
You have no P.
no P. No P. But yes. So it's a long pattern. It's going to be really fun. I'm not really used to stitching letters, but I think this one will go really fast because it's weird because it took me like an hour, and I kid you not, an hour just to do the N and the O because I was distracted. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I did the P in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
So I don't know.
That's how it goes when you're not looking at your phone.
Yes. But that's the one for my new start for yesterday. So.
And so then the last thing I worked on was my Clouds Factory's ABC Dinosaurs, which is their 2022 stitch along. I still think it's 2020 in my brain. So
No.
2022 stitch along. And I don't have a picture of the two dinosaurs I'm stitching, but I do have a picture of like what they actually look like. And so the first is the Jaxartosaurus, which is 9 meters long, weighs 3 to 4 tons, eats plants from Russia, China, and was part of the Cretaceous period. And that's the one I'm actively working on. And then the other one that I haven't started yet is the Kentrosaurus from Africa in the Jurassic period, only 4.5 meters, and also eats plants. And that one, in the pattern, they made it very, very red and pink and corally, so that should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so here is where I got to working on the Juxtasaurus. Almost done. I have to do they have the top of the head is blue and green, and then the back is mostly blue, and then kind of like a spike towards the tail. And then I have the whole other guy to go, oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The whole other guy to go over here. And so I'm really trying to keep up with these for each month. And so I have what, like a week or two left?
You have a week.
Oh Lord. I have a week left. So as much as I want to continue working on the hands-on design for the focus month, I would rather keep up with the dinos because there is a lot of stitching per dinosaur. And so I feel like if I have to do 4 dinosaurs in 1 month or even 3, I'm going to get overwhelmed and get behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of color switches with these.
Yeah.
And they're just so, it's incredible. I knew when she got the pattern that it was going to be very, robust, and it was going to have all of these colors and pop. But when she actually stitched it, holy cow, look at this. Look at that one. It's just
yeah.
There's 8 different colors in that one alone.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to look really good. Just like your critters, your zoo critters.
The No Planet B from last year's stitch along with the endangered animals.
So I think this one is just going to stitch just as well, if not better.
Yeah. I'm excited about it, but that's what my plans will be for the next month. Yeah, the next month, I wish. The next week is just to focus on getting these done, and then if I'm successful, I'll go back to a hands-on design piece and just work on that for the rest of the month.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so we need to start thinking about if we want to do anything for March. I know people usually go crazy in March.
March Madness.
Yeah, where you can do a bracket and sort of work your way down to one project, or some people do a ton of starts, some people work on a whip a day. Last year, when we participated in March Madness, I had a lot of fun, but I did get behind on my clouds factoring. So I don't know what to do because I cannot let myself do that again this year.
I'm gonna have to figure out a plan then.
I don't know. Maybe we'll like go crazy on the weekends or something, and then during the week can be.
That'd be good.
Normal.
Yeah.
2 starts a weekend. Ooh, that sounds fun. Saturday, Sunday start. Then you get a whole day on it.
I'm kind of for it.
Sounds fun. You're gonna have to help me kit things up though.
Right.
Usually I do all the kitting. Shawn will help find some of the flosses, but
I don't do anything. You kidding me? I don't do nothing.
I'm trying to give you some credit here.
I'm calling myself out.
Okay. But you know, it's a lot to find all the fabric and the floss and the cutting of the fabric math and then actually cutting it. Trying to find replacements flosses so you can use your stash. It's fun. It's definitely a lot. And when you're doing it for more than just yourself, it can be quite taxing. Because you're like, oh, okay, I got my starts for the month. And you're like, now I need to do another person's whole month of kitting. So
it's a lot.
If you want to do that, that sounds fun.
Cool. Let's do it.
But you'll have to help me.
For sure. I got you.
Okay. So, on that, we're just left with haul. So, let me show you first my fabric of the month that's coming.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
We have Color and Cotton and Bestitch Me. For Color and Cotton for February, we have Lucky. That looks right.
Yeah, it does.
I think the color is going to be good for the fabrics we show. And the second one is Fox Run. That's pretty. I actually think this might look good on one of Shawn's patterns. I don't know if it'll be big enough.
Oh, maybe.
Although it is 32 count, so I don't know that you would want to stitch on it. Why don't you show that one so I can hold it up at the same time?
So one of the hauls that we got at, please don't tell me, I'm thinking. Oh, one of the sale at Craft Gallery the other weekend was one that I've never heard before. It's called The Primitive Hare is the designer. And this one's called Mother of the Ocean. And I thought it was so elegant because it's got constellations. So when I see constellations, I'm sold.
Shawn loves space.
And I love space. But like the design of like the whale just like really stood out to me. So that's the pattern.
So I feel like this would be a good color for it.
Yeah. And it's a relatively new pattern. I think it was released in 2019, it says.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
We'll see. I also really like to put it on like a bright blue or even a deep blue. We'll figure it out.
It just like, it just look, it's antique to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fabric.
It's primitive.
Primitive, I guess. Thanks.
And then I won't take it out of the package. But for Bestitch Me, I usually get 28 count linen, but she gave me 32 count linen, which I'm not going to complain about. I got more fabric for the price I usually pay, but it was called It's a Mystery. Look at that.
That's a good one. Need an ocean pattern for that.
Maybe that's for your whale.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll give it up.
I wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't give it up?
I mean, I like it.
Why don't we show the other fabric that we have since we're on fabric
yeah.
day?
So part of the sale also that we had the Ada, and part of the Adas, and I don't know.
I think you can hold it up in the bag.
Okay. Well, this one's called Mystic. It's 14 count.
I loved it.
It's a nice deep blue. Oh yeah.
We got a couple of those.
Yeah. And a couple of the brighter ones, which actually was really nice.
Shawn picked out.
Yeah. Coral. This is also, these are all 14 count, by the way. So, I mean, that's a nice...
It's pretty.
It's a very nice color.
Put your whale on that.
I could. And this one was, like, different. It's called Raspberry Sorbet. Sorbet?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's probably what sold you was the name.
I was like, I'm getting hungry for ice cream. But yeah, so we got a pink, got a coral, and got this really nice deep blue.
Yeah,
What
and
about
then
you?
just a couple of ones that I picked out to show is grass green, 28 count.
Mm.
And Meyer,
Meyer.
Meyer 28 count, and I'm pretty sure that's a picture of this plus color, which looks pretty spooky to me.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's the black in there.
Yeah, that's like a Halloween-esque.
So I just realized that we're both just chucking things. We're on our couch, and we have the table in front of us, and we're both just chucking things to opposite side of the table. Oh man. So then a couple things I'll show first. So we got at Riverview Stitching for patterns. So we got just a couple things there. They gave us this bag, and they said if we bring it back, we get 5% off every time we bring back the bag. So I'm into that. We should actually put this in the car because otherwise we'll never remember. Fling that over there. So then I got a kit, a Bent Creek kit. It says Together on it, and it has 3 little hedgehogs and some mushrooms and ladybugs, and just the little hedgehogs got me. I thought they were so cute. It has the fabric and all the floss and the beads, so it's a full kit. I think it'll go really, really quick, but the little hedgies just got me.
I like the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yep. Even the hedges are cute. Oh.
And then this one just cracked me up. I don't know why. It's totally like not my style. It's not something I would ever grab, but I just sat there chuckling to myself, and so I got it. And this is by the Sampler Girl, and it says to market. And so on the pattern, before I show you, I'll read what it says. It says, to market, to buy a carrot cake. And it's got a little bunny and a basket, a carrot, and a tree. And it's simple. There's not a lot going there, but something about going to the market to buy a carrot cake and this bunny cracked me up.
Yeah. I feel like it's something that just speaks to the nature of you.
We do love
We love
carrot
carrot
cake.
We do.
That's our go-to at the bunk cake place.
Like, oh, I guess we're going to go buy a carrot cake.
But
since we're out.
It just cracked me up, man. And that was part of their, so at Riverview, they have this section that is it 50% off or just clearance priced already?
Clearance price,
I think it was just already clearance priced. And so a lot of the things they had, they were out of print charts, but also just some one-off things that they had collected, like this guy.
It's cute.
And so Shawn got one thing there. And then the rest of the stuff we'll show was from Craft Gallery in Finley.
This one's from Ari TM from that shop. Quaker Fantasies.
Who owns that shop.
Who owns that shop, thank you. And it's called Quaker Fantasies, and the design pattern piece is called Peter Pan.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. So that's that. You got the alligator on the bottom with the clock. You got the ship in the middle. I love the houses of the buildings.
Little, what are they called? The
teddy bears, right?
No, they're
Oh,
Peter
wait, no.
Pan's, like the kids with him.
The Lost Boys.
Yeah, the Lost Boys.
Thank you. Yes, the Lost
I
Boys.
love them. They look so cute.
They do look cute. And also the buildings in the bottom and the kind of design, like that's kind of my style.
You love Quakers.
I love Quakers.
I can't be bothered to stitch Quakers. I love them. I think they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do it.
It's really cool. So yeah, that was a really cool pattern. I think it's going to stitch really nice.
And because she's a designer and owns the shop, she has all of the Quaker Fantasy patterns up on the walls.
Already stitched.
And so we got to see this one and Alice and Memphis Sarah E worked on the Nutcracker. So we got to see the original Nutcracker on the wall. Mm-hmm. It was really cool.
It was very cool, yes. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one to stitch.
Yeah, worth a visit if you're anywhere near Monroe.
Absolutely.
So then some of the things we got at Craft Gallery. I got a little bit bigger of a pile than you.
You do.
You could show these ones. So, like I had mentioned, I'm now on this little shepherd's bush kick. And at Craft Gallery, part of their sale, they had a bunch of kits for sale. And so I got Little Red House. Warm Hearts. Oh Say, which I thought was really cute. Hear Bells. So it's got a Santa on the top and that whole thing. Santa is being pulled by reindeer, but I almost want to take the antlers off and have Santa be pulled by sheep because that'd be funny.
That would be hilarious.
That's their thing, right? Sheep. So why not have Santa have sheep?
Why not?
And then my favorite one, which I checked the basket 3 different times to make sure I had put it in the basket. And they had 2 of them, and I almost bought 2, even though that was ridiculous. Because I loved this one so much, and I was so scared it was going to get somebody was going to take it out of my basket by accident. Yeah. And it's called The Little Black House, and it's a Halloween sheepy, like a witch hat sheepy, and I'm obsessed with it.
It's cute.
So that one's going to get stitched very soon, although I'll probably wait until Halloween season. But I think all of these are like 1-day stitching, so.
I think so.
They're very small.
Yeah, the way that you stitch,
And I have one more shepherd's bush that I had gotten at a garage sale. It's not a kit, it's a pattern, it's a much bigger pattern. But since these go so quickly and I had a really good time with the Keep Love, maybe I'll get that one going. Because I don't know, I love sheep. I think
You're gonna do
so
it are you gonna finish it in the tart pan or?
I think I will. I have the tart pan, and I had taught the Needle Arts Guild of Toledo a class on how to finish into a tart pan using Vonda's tutorial, so I think I would.
I think it'll look good in it.
And then a lot of the other ones, I might just finish into ornaments for our tree. Maybe this sheep with the flag would be a flat fold or something. But the ones that are kind of Christmassy, I think, or wintry, I probably would make into ornaments, which would be nice because then we could have more stitched ornaments for not too much effort.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Your turn.
All right. Well, part of what she picked out, and well, I actually saw the last pattern first, and it's a 4-part spooky series.
Okay. You saw it first.
I did.
Are you claiming it then? Are you gonna stitch it? There's 4. We could stitch 2.
Yeah, we could stitch 2. The one I saw, it's a 4-part series by the Tiny Modernist, and it's Sleepy Hollow. And like I said, 4-part series. So the first one is Black Cats and Bats. So they've got in a row, they've got I don't know if that can focus there.
Maybe pull it back a little.
Yeah. On All Hallows Eve, beware black cats and bloodthirsty bats. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's got the graveyard scene with the Dracula and the castle. You just show any of these or?
Why don't you show the last one, which shows all 4?
Okay.
And I think we would do them separately and make them into drums like they show at the bottom of the chart.
That would be pretty different. I've never done anything like that.
Because I like each one on the top has a different design. And so I really like each one of those. So I feel like making a drum would be fun.
They're each in their own pattern. So this is the entire pattern series.
It makes it less or more manageable too, to not be working on such a big piece.
Right. Yeah, so that's called Sleepy Hollow by the Tiny Modernist. And
so the second one says, spooks all gather for a jamboree, dancing with a fiendish glee. The third says, you'd best beware the witching hour when every witch will show her power. You want to read the 4th one?
The headless horseman, he's the worst. Stay away or forever be cursed. Or be forever cursed.
It's cute.
It is very cute.
So maybe we'll start that for around Halloween time.
Oh, yes.
Or at least each start one. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. What you got over there?
These 2 were not on sale, but we had been thinking about them. Or I had been thinking about them. So this is Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle. It's called Love Notes. You've probably seen on Instagram people stitching this a lot recently. And so it's part of her series where she has all the different little mini pillows and pin cushions, and I have them all so far, so I figured I'd grab the love notes too. Didn't start it yet this season. We'll probably start it for next year's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then she also came out with a St. Patrick's Day. Why is that not coming to me? A St. Patrick's Day version, and it doesn't have as many mini pillows in it, but it does have 3. And it says, "Oh, lucky day." And I just thought they were cute. Plus, they fit with the other mini pillows I have.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
had to get it.
Yeah, I like the pattern. I like the shamrock and the leprechaun.
Yeah,
it's a good one. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
Absolutely. I've got a couple over here. I'm gonna do this one.
I found this one for him, and I just like cracked up.
Yep. It's called Bits and Pieces Halloween Cat by Sandra Sullivan is the designer. Designs that reflect our American heritage. There it is. It's a long cat.
It's just so cute.
It's very cute. And it's got a little charm at the end there that I don't think it comes with, but we'll find one.
Yeah, or we could find something else. I don't really feel like that charm does much for it.
It really doesn't.
It looks like a zucchini. I don't really know why it's there.
But it's a long cat, and we love it.
We'll make it look like ours.
Absolutely.
And so then I got Needles Dance, a collaborative design. And so this was a collaboration between Summerhouse Stitchworks, Ink Circles, and Hands-On Design. And I had seen Sheila from Sunshine Stitchers work on this, and I really, really liked it. And now we have some bright colored fabric, so I should be able to find a blue.
You do?
I think I want to do it on the blue. So very excited about that. Think it'll go pretty quick. I don't think it's overly big. I guess it's bigger than I thought. 97 by 133. But it's not like, it's not crazy.
Not
but
huge,
it's not,
but it's
not as small as it looks there.
formidable piece. Formidable piece.
Yeah.
Mine is by Lizzie and Kate. It's a Very Merry Santa.
Lizzie Kate, one person.
Lizzie Kate. Thank you. Very Merry Santa. It's a nice little ornament. It's a nice kitted pattern. So this is the design.
And it's a full kit.
Full kit. Thank you. So it's a really cool Santa. I like it. Got some presents and got some holly and some cookies and stuff at the bottom. So I think that'll be a little quick stitch for Christmas.
Yeah. We've been trying to get some, a lot of times we go for the really big patterns. And so I think when I was going through patterns at Craft Gallery, I was thinking about smaller things that we could do and like, you know, get those finishes in and feel accomplished and more motivated to work on the bigger things.
Yeah. It's going to end up on somebody's tree.
Our tree.
Our tree?
I'm not giving it up.
All right. Well, there you go.
If anything, we'll give it to your parents or my parents with the understanding that eventually it'll come back to us.
Always comes back to us. That's right.
That was the only reason I could give up the woodpeckers I stitched for my mom.
Oh, yeah. You know,
by Crossways Design. It was really big.
Huge.
And we had it on our wall here for a while before we gave it to them for Christmas. And that was the only reason I could give it up, was I knew she would never throw it out and eventually we'd get it back. So let them enjoy it first.
That's right.
So this is Cottage Garden, this part of the Songbirds Garden series number 11. And I have a couple of these. I don't think I'm gonna stitch all of them, but this one I really, really liked, and it says it's Autumn Dream.
That's a cool one. I like that one a lot.
Well, fall's my favorite, so of course I was gravitated to this one. And it is the tufted titmouse, and the plant is bittersweet.
The little pumpkin house at the bottom's a nice touch.
Yeah, each one of these has a birdie, a plant, and then a house.
Yeah.
So I imagine that is that bird's house.
All right.
I've
got 2 more, but...
Okay, I've got 3.
All right, I will go... I'm going to save the 2 best for last because they're my favorite. I saw them and at the Craft Gallery the other week when we were there, and I'm like...
Yeah, so at Craft Gallery right now, or at least when we went, they have the Teresa Koget trunk show. And so I think she had some newer patterns, or the ones that he picked out. Spoiler alert, Teresa Koget, his favorite. These 2 were stitched on the wall, and he just lost it.
She was looking and rummaging around in the patterns, and I just like chuckle.
You know, I was looking at the sale stuff.
And I just crack up. And she's like, oh, he found him.
I saw it sitting on the desk, this one, and I just waited for him to find it on his own.
Teresa, go get everybody. Top hat sheep.
Stop it.
Let's just stop. Please, my heart. It's just so big. And then it's just like this top hat.
You're gonna get so annoyed stitching his belly. You'll be able to give him a head, he just won't have any body.
Yeah, I can tell already that there's a lot of like variation inside the body itself. So it's a lot of counting, a lot of skipping.
Well, I think
And it's big.
the variation is based on the fancy floss.
Is it the variegation?
I'm not sure that I think it's variegation. I don't think it's two different colors.
Okay. That
But
might be.
we might have to, I think we should get the fancy floss for, not necessarily the vines on the side, but for the sheep. So you do get that.
Yeah. That is a ritzy sheep. Class. All right.
And then part of the sale stuff they had was Crosswing Collection. And I freaked out the second I saw them. I snatched them up because I knew I didn't have them yet. And I like tossed them. He was behind me looking at the Teresa Koget, and I just like fling my arm behind my back to give him those two patterns to put in the basket. I looked at the name. I knew I didn't have these, but I didn't study the patterns. I was just like, Crosswing Collection, gotta get it. And so the first one is Feathered Gems. It's Crosswing Collection number 4. And it's all different hummingbirds. And so I have that really big hummingbird pattern that's like 4 feet long, 3-4 feet by Crosswing. Which that's another one we have to think about what fabric to use for that.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be really big. But
Yeah. I like the ruby throated one at the top. That's a really cool one.
no, because that's the ones we have here. So that's the one you're used to.
Yeah. But the other ones are different too. I think the others look stitched really well.
And then the other one is North American Favorites. And the chart's a different style. And when I was looking at the dates, I think this might be the very first one that Crosswing came out with. I have to do some more research, but I think it is. But you can see this is her current style of charts, and this is number 4, and it was from 1986. And so for this one to be different, I think it was like 84 that this one came out in, which is kind of wild to think about.
Yeah.
You don't think about the 80s being as far away as they actually are.
No.
Because, you know, we were born in the 90s, and the 90s was like just yesterday, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I think that would be cute. I like the goldfinch the most.
The goldfinch is pretty cute.
And then you have one left, and I have one left.
All right.
And we are at 57 minutes. We got this.
We got it. All right. So the last one is Tiger Cat, also by Teresa Koget, and I just laughed because
another long cat.
Another long cat.
Who would have thought 2 long cats he would have found on the same day?
I know. And this one's funny just because of like its eyes darting like, okay, like it landed on me. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with it. And just reminded of our own cat, Wally, because he's long. And I don't think I'm going to stitch the border around.
I don't think it has.
You know, but, you know.
Because that is a full coverage piece.
It is a full coverage piece.
She has that back, the brown in the background stitch. I wouldn't do that either.
So tell me what you think. Would it look good with the border, without the border? Because I'm leaning towards without the border.
I don't feel like it adds anything. I think if you wanted it to be full coverage the way she has it, and you were going to stitch the brown in the background and on the outside, then you would need the border to fill in. But if you're just going to stitch the bottom grass and the flowers and the cat and the bird,
why not?
And then put it on a fun fabric.
Yep.
And of course make it look like our cat.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to put some browns and some blacks in there for our cat. So that's my last pattern.
And then the last one was not from Craft Gallery. Shawn actually surprised me with this one. He went to 1, 2, 3 Stitch all on his own and picked this all out for me. And oh man, I lost it. I was so excited. And so this is my very first Long Dog sampler. You Belong to Me. And it's Egyptian. And so when I was growing up, I always wanted to be an archaeologist, and then I wanted to be an oceanographer, and now I'm a data analyst, so definitely didn't work out. But I love this so much. I love the history of Egypt, and we were watching, was it Saqqara's Tomb?
Saqqara's Tomb.
On Netflix. That's an Egyptian documentary. Really, really cool. And you said you bought it during that?
Yeah, we watched the documentary, and it was about halfway through, and I'm like, oh, there's a pattern that she mentioned a little while ago about it.
Because we watched Sunshine Stitchers.
That's right.
Together, and EJ is working on this, and so I kept talking about it.
And
but I couldn't commit because it's a big boy.
Because I had to go back to her video, and I had to...
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I couldn't remember. I'm like, I know it's a long dog, but like, what's the actual pattern name? And she showed it. I'm like, oh, this looks really good. Mm-hmm. So, plus we watched the Egyptian documentary, and I know she loves Egypt and all of the things. We both love it. And I'm like, all right, this is going to be a big pattern, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to get it for her.
Yeah, so it's 253 by 313. So it's a big boy. Let's see.
It's a big one.
On 16 count, it would be 16 inches by 20 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's without any border or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we spent a long time yesterday talking about what fabric we might put it on. And we had at Craft Gallery gotten like a 3/4 yard of a parchment color during the sale. And I think that's probably what I'll use for this. And I think it's 28 count. So then it would be 18 inches by 22 inches. Right. So I think that would fit.
I think so.
I like have no concept of what a 3/4 yard is, so I need to just put that in inches. But then we sat there for a long time trying to figure out what floss color to use. And we thought monochromatic would be really nice. A variegated monochromatic would be nice, but I worry when you look at the hashtag for long dog samplers, there's a lot of times where people end up with stripy patterns, and that's just based on how your type of variegated floss, how variegated it is, how you do your placement. But I figured I didn't want to deal with the drama, the drama of having to think about like, okay, did I end on a light color, and now I need another light color of this floss to start back up again, so you don't get that like abruptness.
Right.
So I think we're gonna pick out one monochromatic color, except there are lots of little bugs around. And I think I'm gonna do, like, for the most part, where it's blue, one color, but where it has all of these little bugs throughout the whole pattern, there's butterflies and beetles and things, I think I'm going to make them a different color. So we'll have two colors, and then they'll stand out slightly, but it'll be balanced because the designer's already balanced where that placement is. But now I have to pick out my two colors.
Right.
So I don't know yet. I really, really want to start this. I know it'll take forever. But it's really hard to commit to such a big piece, and what one color am I going to use, or two colors? Yeah,
because you're going to need multiple skeins of whatever you choose.
Yeah, it has, on the back, it's kind of fun. The pattern is 41,762 cross stitches and 979 back stitches. But what's also fun is they include the thread lengths. So if you're stitching on two strands, with 2 strands on 28 count linen or 14 count Aida, you would need 212 meters of floss, which I've never seen that on any other pattern. Tell me how many meters I need, which is really fun.
Meters, that's a daunting.
And so then, of course, if you use DMC, there's 8 meters per skein of floss, so you would divide the 212 by 8. And I won't subject you to my mental math. But it's just fun to see, and so then we can get exactly what we want.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking at some point we'll just have to go to Michael's or Joann's and stand. I think if I bring the fabric and I stand in front of the wall of floss, we'll be able to see like what color jumps out. Right now I'm leaning towards like a royally blue. But a red could be like a burgundy or something could be really cool too.
Yeah, I mentioned maybe like the sarcophagus. Like you see the old Egyptian like tombs and sarcophagi. They always got that like deep, like the dark red, like yeah, you know what I mean, like a burnt brick kind of thing. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I also think of gold, and then I had this like scarab that was carved out of stone when I was growing up, and it was this light teal color. So maybe a teal. But if we do the parchment color fabric, it would be hard to do the gold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Decisions.
So then I told him yesterday, thank you very much for your present, but now you've broke my brain and I am stressed about my floss color.
I was like, oh dear.
But yeah, it's so pretty. I'm very excited for it. If you look at this and you just like know exactly what color you would use, let me know. I'd be very curious. But I think I'm pretty set on 2 colors, one for the little bugs and one for the rest of it. So we'll see. And on that note, we made it 5 minutes over an hour.
Oh man, we did so good.
Plans, we're going to figure out what we're going to do for March.
Yeah.
Finish working on the dinos for February.
That's right.
Have more time, go back to hands-on design. I don't think I will. I think those dinosaurs will take me the rest of the week. And then, what's your plan?
I'm committed to the squirrels right now. I would also like to get this one pattern that I started yesterday with the puppies.
Work on that a bit.
Yeah, work on that a bit. And like I said, I'm full-blown spring mode. So I'd like to get some spring patterns and maybe a new starter too. Because I'm like all about that. I'm no longer...
I mean, it's going to sit in the back anyway in a bin. Whether it's kitted or the floss is just sitting there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what difference does it make to me if it's sitting there unstarted or it's sitting there started?
Right.
Personally.
Exactly. But yeah, there's a lot of patterns and a lot of projects that we're going to be doing. And going into spring here soon.
Yep.
Hopefully warmer weather will prevail and it'll get us out and about more active, because I'm definitely ready for t-shirt weather.
T-shirt weather as you're sitting here in your tank top.
Right. But yeah, there's a lot of projects. So anything else you want to...
No, that was 2 minutes of you saying.
No, I just like spring and I want spring and warm weather and I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So
on that note, we won't drag this on any longer. Thank you so much for watching. We will try to be back before another month is up. We'll see what happens. We tried this month. It kind of worked out. I think we did 3 weeks, not 4. So maybe we can get 3 weeks again.
That's right.
So on that note, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I can hear you purr. I can hear you purr. Oh my god. You're the cutest thing ever. I love you. Oh, I know. I know. Oh.